12 strange places in Latvia. But first, don't worry Latvia, we didn't forget about you guys. We love all our subscribers from around the world, and there's certainly some strange places in your country too, as we're about to see. Number 12. Hospitalis. Latvia is a small country in northern Europe, located on the Baltic Sea next to Lithuania and Estonia. They're known for their cheap alcohol, having a large concentration of female supermodels, and for fighting hard for their independence. A few of those things can be enjoyed at this strange Hospitalis restaurant located in the capital city of Riga. Here in this photo, we see Latvian women dress up in nurses' outfits, strap their patient with white hair into a straitjacket, and this makes you wonder why anyone would want to eat here. Two male bartenders are dressed up as surgeons in this photo, and it looks like they're happy to serve tourists a variety of different cocktails and medical beakers. Number 11. Kameri Bog. Kameri National Park is established west of the city of Jurmala and is Latvia's third largest national park. The forest mainly consists of spooky-looking bogs and swamps, not exactly how you might have imagined. The water and warm springs here have been used for centuries for their therapeutic and mineral-rich muds. Could this be what the Latvian woman used to say so beautiful? When the place gets a little bit foggy, however, you'll come across some eerie scenes that might seem appropriate for a scary film or a bog monster. Latvia is a very flat country. It's not too often you'll find too many hilly places, which make bogs and swamps take up about 10% of land here. Number 10. Karosta Prison. Don't be expecting to get a nice relaxing vacation if you come to Karosta Prison, located in the city of Liepāja in the neighborhood of Karosta. This was one of the most notorious prisons in the Soviet Union. It's made of red bricks and was originally built as a hospital in the early 1900s until it began being used by Nazis and Soviets who occupied the country. In modern times, it's used as a hotel. If you're looking for a little punishment and want to sleep in a haunted Soviet prison, this is the place to go. Courageous tourists pay only $16 a night to stay here, but that seems to make sense because you sleep on a mat on the floor in a prison. The workers here try to recreate the conditions as close as possible so people can get an understanding of what life was like as a Soviet prisoner. It's home to many different recreations with realistic uniforms and decorations. We'll just hope this guard doesn't watch this woman too closely. Number 9. Skrunda 1. Once Latvia gained their independence in 1991, the Soviets left behind many buildings to be abandoned and rot away. This one, however, hasn't really been turned into a tourist attraction just yet. This location in Latvia once housed 5,000 Soviet soldiers, technicians, and their families during occupation. It appears to have been abandoned quickly, so as you can see, items are still left in the medicine cabinet. This town was closed off with barbed wire from people who weren't Russian, and whatever they conducted here was secret. In modern times, the walls are crumbling and paint from the murals is beginning to slowly chip away. Nature is reclaiming her land, and bushes and weeds are an obstacle for urban explorers trying to explore the abandoned buildings. Here we see a building that was once dedicated to martial arts and fitness. A strange obelisk-shaped monument still stands tall and was once the center of the military headquarters, but now has been forgotten about. Number 8. Mass Tradition Festival, Riga. Riga seems to be a pretty beautiful city to enjoy, but things can get a little bit strange during the Mass Tradition Festival. Hundreds of people sing through the snowy cobblestone streets of the capital city to prepare for the upcoming spring. Latvia and their sister country of Lithuania were some of the last countries in Europe to adopt Christianity, and their paganistic roots can still be seen in festivals such as this. The medieval town of Riga has hosted this event a total of 18 times, and some of the masks are just downright creepy. This normally takes place during the end of February, and the pagan ancestors believe that by doing this, they would ensure a bountiful harvest with plenty of food to enjoy. Number 7. Northern Forts. Also located in the city of Liepāja, the northern edge of the Latvian coast was a strategic territory to fortify, and it's where you'll find the northern forts. Also known as the Ziemelu Forti, they were originally built by Tsarist Russia and were complete with mini cannons. The cannons were moved to Lithuania eventually to protect areas further west. The city was an important naval port, and defenses were necessary to protect ships in the Baltic Sea. The large complex of concrete forts were eventually destroyed before the beginning of World War I, but they still remain a popular place to climb on and hang out at. They seem to have quite an eerie beauty to them, and curious explorers can learn quite a bit about fortresses during this period of time. There's also some underground bunkers, and tours are available for those who are interested. Number 6. Blackheads of Riga. Walk by this place and you might get some bad luck. Located in Riga's Old Town, you might be curious what the heck a black cat is doing on top of this old-looking building. Does this cat have extremely good balance, or does someone need to go up there and save him? Turns out it's not a real cat, but a sculpture that seems quite realistic from a distance. Most people believe that a man who once lived here wanted statues of black cats to face towards a guild that he was not accepted into. The wealthy inhabitant of Riga was refused access to the Tradesman guild and felt like having a black cat facing in that direction of the guild would bring it bad luck. He also had another black cat facing Riga's town hall, and the town hall burnt down during World War II. Number 5. Ventless Radio Tower. The Soviet Union had a few tricks up their sleeve when it came to conducting espionage on Western Europe. This radio telescope remained top secret when it was constructed in 1974 out of 600 tons of material by the Ukrainian Navy. This would be used to pick up radio signals from NATO and for covert eavesdropping operations. This is found in western Latvia, right off the coast of the Baltic Sea. When Latvia gained their independence, the Soviets tried their best to destroy as much as possible, but Latvian scholars were able to restore it, so now they can use it for studying astronomy. Certainly seems like a mysterious place to check out. Number 4. Rundale Palace. With some of the chaos that's happened in Latvia throughout the years, you might not expect to see such a large, beautiful palace, especially in this kind of condition. It's been nicknamed the Latvian Versailles and was the masterpiece of the architect Bartholomew Rastrelli, who was also the architect of the Winter Palace in St. Petersburg. It's situated about 72 kilometers south of the capital city of Riga and was finally finished after 8 years of construction in 1768. However, the palace has been transformed into many different things. It was used as a hospital for Napoleon's army and also used as a school in the 1930s. It suffered serious damage during the Latvian War of Independence in 1919, but was eventually restored in 1972. In modern times, it can even be used to house notable guests to the country of Latvia. Number 3. Costa Castle. In case you were wondering what a 13th century castle looks like that was completely blown up, check out the ruins of the Costa Castle. This was built as a defensive structure in 1209 along the Daugava trade route. Many different nations sought to control the fortress, including the Polish, the Swedish, and the Russians. Finally, the thing was just blown up in 1701 and was never rebuilt. The ruins are now under protection from a local park, and people might even find it to be a romantic place to have weddings at, strangely enough. Number 2. Daugavpils Fortress. This large fortress complex in southern Latvia is located near the border with Lithuania, and it occupies 2 square miles of space. The inside of the fort almost became like its own small city with 10 roads and about 80 buildings. Within the ramparts, this is now basically a pretty well-preserved ghost town, and it was originally constructed to defend against Napoleon's strong army that was taking over Europe at that time. Construction was finished in time, and it was indeed successful. It seems like a pretty creepy place if you're able to come here and do some urban exploring. And number 1, the House of Blackheads. It's almost impossible to search Riga on the internet without this iconic building showing up. It's known as the House of Blackheads, and it was originally constructed in the 14th century by a guild of unmarried German merchants who inhabited the area. The striking facade displays many different styles of architecture. The building was partially destroyed by the Germans, ironically, during World War II, but it was rebuilt in 1999. You will be just as impressed by the inside as the outside, and it features many medieval treasures. The history of Latvia and its mysterious places make it certainly a unique place to explore. Hey guys, thanks for watching, and be sure to hit that subscribe button for new videos every day.